Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's episode of the Relax Guardians podcast. I'm your host, Agnikai, joined as always by my co-host, Sevs. How are you, Sevs?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm just looking. I got too many screens up at the moment. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Oh, what's happening? What's going on? What's down? What's down in the hood?
Oh my god, it won't stop fucking raining. It's been
Yeah,
raining for like 4 fucking weeks. It's ridiculous. I work outside. I can't work outside in the fucking rain.
that's good though. You can still get paid though, yeah?
No.
It's like a
Job
shit.
doesn't get done. I don't get paid.
I get paid.
Yeah, but you're the only one in the world that does what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing your pipes.
Nah, no, I haven't had any. I got nothing. I've got nothing this week. The kitchens that got put in, they've obviously made a mistake. It's the wrong size.
What do you mean?
So
what happened?
Oh, they just haven't measured the width properly. So we have sink, dishwasher, and then the oven is against the wall, but they haven't measured against the wall, right? Because as you open the oven door, it's got a handle, and then it bangs against the the cornices, you know, the door skirting.
Oh, right. The door frame, right.
Yeah, so it bangs against there. So they haven't made the door frame long enough, the part section long enough to deal with the swing of the oven.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then so I just drove home. And the missus was like, "Have you seen what they've done?" I was like, and she goes, "Guess what they've done?" And I was like, I can't be bothered to guess. Just tell me
what happened, right?
Just tell me what the fuck is going on.
Thursday.
Look at these holes. And I looked down. And what they had to do, so we've got air conditioning unit in the floor, so all our vents come in off the floor. A couple of days before, we measured them out, and I put them there. I was like, here, center of this, center of that, like here, cool. And I put them all around the place. But we've got a table, and then under the table we got electrical points.
Mm-hmm.
The bench is 900 wide. The cupboards are 600 wide, and he drilled this hole 700 mil.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That way. And so it's 100 mil away from the cupboard, but he's gone through tile. So he's zipped through fucking tile. And so I'm like, shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So he's gone straight through tile. So obviously that tile's fucked, completely fucked. So
fuck?
He came here yesterday and smashed all the tile to relay the tile and then drill another hole in the right spot.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And I'm like, is it look, the issue is they give me designs, they give me a kitchen, they give me the engineering drawing for the kitchen, and I deal with high detailed engineering drawings, and then I'm looking at them going, oh fuck. And I can understand how you'd look at it and go, this doesn't make any sense to a person who doesn't deal with engineering drawings all the time. And I was like, I really don't understand what this is.
I don't know what you're asking for me here.
Yeah.
Right.
I was like, I just don't know what the fuck this is. And then, so, all right. Oh, sorry. People are speaking. Relax gamers. At least Sebs has sound working.
Finish your story. They're just making fun of your accent in the chat.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I talked about this last week, but so you walk in, and then there's the kitchen like that. We've got a big entrance. We've opened up this entrance.
Yeah.
So on the right-hand wall, there's a 4 switch and a dial to work the fan in the other room. And so when the builder and the Sparky came in, they convinced my wife to put the lights that deal with the other side of the kitchen on the other side of this opening. So if I want the lights in front of me to work, I press the buttons here. If I want the lights on the other side of the kitchen, I have to kind of walk down like about 2 meters, and press the button on a different wall. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, why is that over there? And she goes, oh, because they told me to do it. I was like, that's the stupidest idea I've ever fucking seen. I was like, you want the lights You want lights over there, so
Together.
everything's in one fucking spot. And I'm like,
Oh.
she goes, no, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be awesome. And I'm like, right, okay. And so they've put their kitchen in, and they've actually put the fucking light switch in the wrong fucking place. And the end of the kitchen is halfway through the fucking light switch. So they've had to pull the light switch out to make this thing bloody work now. So I'm like, right, that's not gonna work. So I have to get a Sparky to maybe come out, run power up into the ceiling, across, and then back down into the other gang light and drill down. And then I'm like, this is like, we should have just had it in the fucking first place like that. You should have listened to me. But she apologized. So
that's good. Yeah. I mean, look, get the Sparky out, and then you got another person that listens to the podcast.
No, you don't. No.
Uh-oh.
But we got another couple of guys. So we got Ryan and his mate,
Dryan.
Patrick Goku. He joined our Discord the other day. Summit Roofing. If you're in the Central Coast and you need a roofer, Summit Roofing. They're fucking fantastic, guys. Right.
Yeah. So with me with work, so I did like a maintenance job a couple of weeks ago where I just went out and I like fixed the cupboard. Oh yeah, your mouse is here. And like I fixed the cupboard, whatever, painted the frames and all shit. It was all good. It was all done. But they took the doors because the doors were fucking water damage. And when you get water damage in doors, they warp and they expand and they're fucked. Right, they're gone. Anyway, so the builders replaced the doors, and he got them today. And he's like, I'm at a different job, work for the same builder. So he brought the doors to me and he's like, can you paint this brand new one so I can take it back to the other job? I said, sweet, yeah, whatever. Anyway. I go to start working on the doors, and the builder comes out and goes, they're not the right doors. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He goes, they don't have the right stripes in them. So the original doors had a VJ cut, so it's kind of like a triangular cut going through it.
Yep.
The ones that he's bought are the square cut ones. And it's like, fuck me, it's a square, it's a V, it's whatever. Like, they're not going to care. The guy's like, Bill's like, no. If they notice that, they're going to make me rip out the entire fucking thing and make me redo it again. I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. So he on the phone for 3 hours, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Finally, he goes, paint the doors. Okay, sweet. He goes, I need to paint them today so I can hang it tomorrow. I'm like, that's not going to happen. It's 2 o'clock. I'll work till 3 o'clock. I'm going to get a coat on them maybe, and then I'm leaving. And he's like, I need them done today. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. You had all fucking day.
Yeah.
I'm out. So, put a coat on him. Halfway home, my boss calls me. Hey, what happened with the doors? I'm like, they got an undercoat. I explained everything to him. He's like, should I really finish them? I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. You can wait for 2 hours for it to dry in the fucking rain.
Yeah.
And then I'll paint the fucking gloss coat. So now I gotta get back there tomorrow.
Right.
To finish that door.
But you got 2 hours though. It takes fucking ages.
Takes ages. Like usually the idea with doors usually is you do like a lap of the house because you'll have like 7 or 8 in a house, right? So you do a lap. You'll do like undercoat lap, and then by the time you do the undercoat, you'll do a gloss coat lap, and then a gloss coat lap, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And they usually dry evenly in that time. Having 2 doors standing there next to each other, waiting for them to dry, it's just I can't fucking do anything.
Right.
But try and explain that to people, right?
Yeah, people don't understand. All right, so nothing again in Destiny. We all understand there's nothing again in Destiny. There's very little. Oh, go on then.
Not really.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
There's nothing.
Have you seen not the new 30th anniversary armor? Have you seen what the fuck is that? Is that Anthem?
Yeah.
Why have you got Anthem there?
I'll explain after. Yeah, you can go.
Right. Please tell me somebody sent you Anthem for free.
No. That's my Anthem copy from.
Right. So have you seen? So not the 30th anniversary Anthem that they've done. That they've taken armor from Tricky and all that sort of stuff. Have you seen the new looking armor?
The Thorn armor?
No. So There's thorn armor. So you got on the first twab that we didn't do last, the new one with all the super changes. You got the thorn armor, guys. Yeah. So we've got
Oh, the ability changes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So you look like you got the thorn armor, which looks fucking cool as fuck. So everybody's using thorn. I think there's a hunter with all the spikes coming out of the top of his head and stuff like that.
Right.
Then you've got, it looks like a warlock, and then you got a titan, which looks fucking smick, honest God. But the
First time in how long?
the next one, they have it looks like a hunter holding a galley.
Oh, the galley bro thing, that because they did a mini twab today instead of tomorrow.
Yeah.
For Thanksgiving.
But have you seen the armor though? Pull up twab quickly, because one, the galley looks fucking smick, but the helmet of the hunter, and I saw the warlock one and the titan one, and it looks fucking cool. It doesn't look like any armor that we've ever had.
So you got the character holding the galley at the top of the twab, and then it looks like an astronaut suit.
Yeah, don't you think that's fucking cool?
Well, we had that armor on Titan. Remember?
Is that the armor from Titan?
That doesn't look. It's not that specific armor, but it looks like it.
But look at the helmet, though. The helmet looks fucking cool as fuck. Everybody else, it looks like a fishbowl. It looks like a big, massive glass dome, and the guy is just casually holding this fucking 600 kilo fucking Galahorn on his shoulder. But there is other armor. There is other armor that's the warlock has, like the trench coat looking one, and he looks like a bad guy. It looks fucking cool. Yeah,
kind of like a drifter look.
Yeah. Look, I'll have to try and find it. Ninja Chicken's going for thorn armor. There's bungee themed armor, and then there's like marathon themed armor. Yeah. It's a huge fishbowl on his head. Yeah, it looks fucking cool. Looks really, really cool.
Picture, if you can't armor. Pull it up right now. Picture like a Black Mantis, Black Manta from fucking Aquaman. Oh. You know, just like the big old goggles.
She's a jackal. Yeah, it looks fucking cool. And the warlock one the warlock one actually looks quite decent. It looks like he shoots he's from X-Men. He shoots like a blast out of his chest.
Not Cyclops, but his brother.
Yeah. And it looks like that, does it? So it looks like that, and he looks like he's got a really cool helmet on as well, which I reckon you could change. And then the Titan even looks fucking really, really quite cool as well.
Right.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's really a thing. All right, so let's get into this twab, because the twab is really
abilities one.
Yeah, we'll get into the abilities.
Okay, let's talk the abilities that we care about, because there's a lot.
Yeah. So guys, 30th anniversary is out December the 7th. We have fucking
less than 2 weeks.
12 days. In-game, there's plenty to do. Seasonal challenges, Trials of Osiris, and all that good stuff. New legends will rise. Hey, I'm not fucking reading that. The Winds of Change. I'm not going to read that either. Fuck me. There's so much.
It goes so hard so fast.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Into the fray. There's so many people talking about like PvE summit and things. So what they're saying is they are changing supers within PvE and not changing supers generally in PvP. They're going to minimize the amount of supers you gain back in PvP now.
I think it's the other way around. I think PvE is mostly staying the same, and PvP is the one getting manhandled.
I thought they were just going to reduce the fact that you couldn't gain big boy supers in PvP.
Let's read, because I've misunderstood maybe.
All right. Since Destiny launched in 2014, Super NG gain has been almost entirely passive. Your intellect stat dictates how quickly Super regenerates, with a few other elements like orbs of power, armor, and weapon perks. The defeating targets as active sources. The system worked well for a long time, but has issues that have grown more obvious as the game has evolved, and overall player kill, especially skills in evolution, evaluating how to play around the character build, has increased. Example, in high-stakes game modes like Trials of Osiris or Survival, where each life is precious, Passive play becomes more common as players sit back and wait for these supers to close out a tied game. All right, here are the few key goals for this new system. In PvE, super uptime should be relatively unchanged from the live game, if not slightly higher. We are pretty happy with the frequency of supers in PvE content and don't want to make big changes right now on that front. Everybody should get at least one super in a 6v6 match that goes to the score or time limit as long as they engage in regular combat. Super should be less frequent in 3x3 versus 3 modes, and in the live game where 2 supers per match is a fairly regular occurrence. Primary weapon play should have a noticeable benefit in super energy regeneration. So all primary is going to give you more super. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, so they've taken away the passive charge of supers. Sort of. They've reduced it a massive amount. So you don't just get to stand there and build and build and build. In PvP, PvE remains pretty much untouched. PvP wise, it's about getting you into combat. So they want you, obviously they're tuning abilities later. So they want you using primaries. They're kind of trying to tackle this specials, do everything meta at the moment as well. Into primary battles, using your kinetic, getting as many gunfights going as possible.
Yeah. What I like about this is different supers should come online at different times in a given match, and your super of choice should have the impact on how quickly it regenerates. Mm-hmm. To reiterate what they mentioned above, we have always lived in a world where nearly every super in the game shares the same cooldown, regardless of their efficiency in a given game mode. Now we have made the foundational change to differentiate cooldowns per individual ability. We want to address the super o'clock issue in the Crucible, where 3 minutes into the match, 12 supers are simultaneously popped and chaos ensues. Yeah. We also want to open a building craft space where your super cooldown time is an important element in your decision making beyond how high you want your intellect stat to be. Right. Wow. Fuck me. All right.
So yeah, so
tier 5.
We all know that. We all know that super o'clock moment where it's 3 minutes in, then all of a sudden, Dawn Blades, Shade Step, all the fucking shit. It's just at the exact same time, except for Mayhem.
All right. Let's work this out because I think there are some fucking dodgy ones. All right.
Ooh.
Tier 5, fastest regeneration. 1, Well of Radiance.
Yeah, that's fine. Like it's Well of Radiance and PvP.
It's passive. It's a passive. Yeah. It's a passive thing. Tier 4, Blade Barrage, Silence and Squall. So tier 5 is the fastest. Tier 1 is the slowest.
Yeah. Okay. I can see where people are going to get a bit cranky here. Silence and Squall is not a good super. It's not a good super.
It's not a good super, but if it gets you, it's bang, freezes. You can't get away from it. You're done. But it's like you said, the super should be one hit. Oh, fuck it up. Fucking
Same with Blade Barrage. As soon as Blade Barrage gets you, you're dead. But it's very difficult to direct it, Blade Barrage gets everywhere. Silence and Squall, you're up for so long doing the 2 different throws to get the freeze, to get the hit. It's a bit hit and miss.
Tier 3, Shadow Shot, Burning Maul, Arc Staff, Nova Bomb, Thunder Crash. So that's middle of the run.
There was only one Warlock in there, wasn't there?
The Nova Bomb. Yeah.
Interesting.
So the first Warlock is tier 5. Both Hunters, Blade Barrage and Silence and Squall, Shadow Shot, Burning Maul's a Titan, Arc Staff is a that other one, whatever they call Hunter. Nova Bomb is the Warlock. Tier 2, Golden Gun, Chaos Reach, Nova Warp, Storm Trance, Daybreak, Sentinel Shield. So they have reduced the cooldown. Maybe because we have so many items that can enhance the length of our supers.
Yeah. See that.
And I can understand that. Like Chaos Reach, Geomags, Nova Warp, that doesn't come into it. Storm Trance, you have their Tempest Crown.
Tempest, yeah.
Daybreak, you have Bomb Tree, Solar.
Yep.
Bomb Tree Solar, more kills the longer it goes.
Right.
Tier 1, slowest regeneration, Spectral Blades, Fist of Havocs, Hammer of Sol, Glacier Quake, Winter's Wrath. Winter's Wrath is the Warlock, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because we have, as warlocks, you have Roman supers, and you have a shit ton of Roman supers. The
Mm.
hunter has spectral blades and the archy,
And
whatever
golden
the fuck.
gun. It's got one in
Oh,
each.
I suppose, yeah.
Um,
Uh,
Hunter actually has pretty much as many roaming as warlocks do.
yeah, I suppose we all like. What does
Actually,
the Titan doesn't have any like just one
hammer. All
shot.
of its hammers. Oh, sorry, one shots.
The
Just the
is it
code
a
of the
Thunder
missile.
Crush?
Yeah, just the code of the
But
missile.
doesn't that like you hit this code of the missile and then you can run around and fucking arc people, or is that just
Nah,
bang
the
code of the
code of the
missile?
missile is just the one big missile. That's a big area of effect. But you have the Fist of Havoc, so you can do the slams on the spot and leave spots around.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Look, it's quite difficult. It's only good and a direct hit. There we are, Herbs.
Mm.
All right. So, subclasses neutral game perks. These perks have their ability energy regeneration reduced by roughly 50% in PvP. We target perks that can either activate out of combat with a single button press, or those that were returning amounts of ability energy that were significantly out of band. Whisper of Shards, Stasis Fragment, Arc Web, Rising Storm, Ionic Traces, Electrostatic Surge. It's basically most of these are actually warlocks. Electrostatic Surge, Stormcaller Warlock, Ionic Traces, Stormcaller Warlock, Rising Storm, Stormcaller Warlock, Arc Web, Stormcaller Warlock. Then we have a Striker Titan, Aftershocks, Inertia, Override, Striker Titan, Benevolent Dawnblade Warlock, Practice Makes Perfect, Gunslinger Hunter, Dark Matter, Void Walker. I don't know what it means.
It means the Warlock neutral game was so fucking good, and that's why their supers are pulled down so much.
Yeah. But like the Warlocks, like they supers are pretty much trash.
Yeah, they're so opposite to Titans. Don't have the greatest neutral game with their abilities, but their supers crack, right?
Yeah.
But Warlocks are kind of the opposite. Yeah, the supers are still good. Like Winter's Wrath is very, very good, but the rest of the neutral game is just like fantastic.
We have kind of great grenades, kind of, but we have like handheld supernova and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Exotic armor. Frosties no longer stack multiplicatively. I don't even know if that's a word in PvP. With other regeneration buffs in new edition scalar. Heart of the Innermost Light, ability energy regeneration scalar reduced by 50% in PvP. Controverse Hold, duration of the grenade regeneration buff is no longer random between 1 and 4 seconds. It is now fixed duration of 1.75 seconds. Because you can, with a Controverse's Hold, you could kill somebody with a grenade and you could get you fucking, it's randomly get you fucking grenade back.
Yeah.
And so they just reduced it. They've just kind of gone in between and gone, all right, we'll just give you it in the middle.
Yeah, so throughout, let's just speed this up a bit. Throughout the rest of these abilities, but basically they've taken most of the abilities and just like increased their recharge time. Like I said earlier, they're trying to steer away from this ability-based PvP, turn it to the weapons-based PvP, while still having abilities be viable. That's why
yeah. So what I read the other day though, so you know we were talking about Shatter Dive.
Yes.
As Shatter Dive is OP, or Shatter Dive, it needs to be nerfed and all that sort of stuff. And they kind of gone to it, but what they've gone to it, they haven't actually nerfed Shatter Dive, because if you have less crystals, your Shatter Dive doesn't actually instantly kill you.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that you have that glacial grenade, the big wall thing. And so they've actually reduced the stasis crystal damage.
Yeah.
So they've reined in Shatter Dive by reducing the crystal damage, yeah?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Shadow Dive itself is just an ability. It's more a movement ability, like a Warlock Dash. It was the fact that you could put out the Whisper of Winter or something like that, where it turns your Glacial Crystal into a 6-piece ring. And that was just, if you Shadow Dive that's what the big damage was.
Yeah. Well, so while forming, Stasis Crystals now slow nearby players instead of freezing them. So you can still get in there and you can still shatter them, but they have got the opportunity to get out from the Shatter Dive area.
Yeah. It's going to be funny because it doesn't freeze anymore, right? So if you get a Glacial Grenade right on top of your head, are you just gonna watch people just walk out of ice just super
Yeah.
slowly?
Well, yeah, because it's gone increased slow freeze radius while forming from 1.7 to 2.6. Reduce crystal detonation damage versus player by 55%.
Yeah.
So how much was it originally? So obviously it's 100% because it used to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
So it's all, yeah, the damage was that whether it was you had high resilience or high recovery, it doesn't matter. You still died off that. So it doesn't matter if you had 100 resilience or 100 recovery, you would still die. So it was 100%.
If enough crystals hit you. So it would have to be like, how many crystals? I don't know. Quick maths real quick. Like 50 damage per crystal, 200 points of health. 4 crystals will kill you.
Yeah.
Base resilience, and then you add more on top compared to,
So increased crystal detonation damage versus PvE combatants by 60%. So they've updated within PvE and then increased detonation radius from 6 meters to 8 meters.
Yeah.
Fuck my life.
So PvE, it's like go crazy, be super strong.
Yeah. And I understand that because they have to kind of rein it in on a PvP scale and stuff. And I understand that. Like, how, like, not to say, like you just turned and said, it is down to the crystals damaging, not the fact that the actual shatter dive damage people. You still got a Titan that can come in, punch the fucking crystals, and you're dead, man.
Yes.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on. All right. This is gonna be a nightmare. This one. Dodge no longer breaks projectile tracking. So your Jotun users, you will no longer break projectile tracking on Jotun.
Yeah. That
I think that's
rockets,
trash.
That Warlock turret that you put out.
Yeah.
That shit like that. Like,
I think that's trash. I think the hunter dodge should always break tracking. I don't know where they've brought this in. And why they've changed it. It doesn't make any sense. The whole point of the dodge is to break tracking and to disappear as such.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Why would they bring it? Oh well, now all rockets can track you. Well, what's the point of the dodge?
Yeah.
Is it to dodge behind a wall or is it to dodge behind something? It doesn't make any fucking sense why they decided this is what we're gonna fucking do.
That's going to be it's going to turn into a dodge behind something situation, I guess, which maybe that's what they want. Maybe they want you to use your dodge a bit more strategically rather than just dodge in the middle of the open and a rocket just flies off.
Yeah, but
or a Jotun.
It's a dodge because it's a skill-based dodge.
Yes.
Like it's quite difficult to go, oh shit, there's a Jotun and dodge out of the way. It's like you have to have the reflexes to do it. It's just weird. Tier 10 mobility cooldown increased from 11 to 14 seconds on your marksman dodge. Base cool change down to 29 seconds. Gambler dodge, obviously the dodge is they've aimed for the dodge. Tier 10 mobility cooldown increases from 11 to 18 seconds. Shatter dive much less lethal versus player due to stasis crystal changes. Increased shatter dive damage for frozen PvE combatants by 100%. Grim Harvest, top tree Arc Strider, reduced base cooldown, bottom tree Night Stalker, Titan. All right, here we go. All shoulder charges, no longer one-shots players. Suck a dick, Titans.
Oh my goodness.
That is your clutch play out of the fucking door.
We were playing Trials on the weekend with Curly and Seiko. There was a moment where we were like, okay, we're down to the last guy. We got outplayed, granted. We were looking through one door and he came through another door and we were just stupid and we lost to him. But he just straight up shoulder charged Seiko, who was next to me, and it killed him instantly, and then it obviously arced me straight away and killed me straight away as well. And it was just a moment of fucking damn it. Like, there was no time to react or anything. There was just like...
shoulder charge,
fucking shoulder charge. Like,
yeah.
But at the same time, it's an ability. It's a
special ability.
Yeah, it is a special ability.
Like, it's very situational where you are all lined up in a fucking row.
Yes.
And they come in, they punch you into the next person, into the next person. You're like, wow, fuck me.
Exactly.
Is it a placement? Is it a placement issue within PvP? Is it like, well, I should be this far, like, you should be this far away from people because you know that this could happen. Is a grenade. If a grenade lands in front of you, are you going to try and go, well, the grenade shouldn't kill all three of us?
But then it does the arc web and stuff. Yeah, this is like... this is where it starts to get to nerfing for high tier people. You know, it's like there
Who know
are
the game?
who know the game, who know like the distance that an arc web can travel or a shoulder charge can reach or something like that. You know, they're
Yeah.
the ones that are looking at this going, all right, this is changing my game plan entirely. And then there's people at our level who are like, haha, you can't one hit shoulder charge anymore, la 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 la, but they're still gonna shoulder charge you and shotgun you. And
Yeah,
we're still
exactly.
gonna fucking complain.
Yeah. How many times have you done a shotgun and punched somebody in the face?
Oh,
Like
every
I've
time.
changed my buttons so I can shotgun and punch like within seconds afterwards because that's the way it works.
I've got
Uh,
I started running an Arc Strider Hunter with Liar's Handshake because when you get melee with Liar's Handshake, you get an increased melee damage on your Hunter. So they punch me first and I punch them harder.
right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I've been reading that that book that what's it called book? Oh fuck me. The Destiny book.
Mm.
And they've got some fucking great ideas. Like I don't want to talk about it on here, but they've got some really fucking cool ideas. We know, myself and Agric, I know you don't, guys.
You guys don't know shit.
Everybody else don't know, but we know, and there's something fucking cool coming next year. So keep it.
Winky face.
Yeah, Tower Barricade, increased base cooldown from 30 seconds to 40 seconds. Beam off, Diamond Lance, increased blah blah blah. I don't play Titan, so I don't give a fuck. Right. Who?
Oh.
Uncharged melee. Warlocks. Reduced melee range from 5.5 to 4.5. Now matches Hunter and Titan. Why is it long?
I learned something interesting about the Warlock melee the other day. It's how dare they be happy in my fucking household?
Yeah. Can we kick them out?
Oh my god. Oh, now it turns, doesn't it? Alright, yeah, so with Warlocks, the Warlocks have a slower uptime for their for their follow-up melee. So Hunters and Titans punch in, say, 1 second, and they like punch, right? Warlocks, it's like 1.2. So when you're in the situations where you try and get a double melee off, Warlocks will lose out just purely based on speed. Because of their range. They have the longest range of melees out of all the classes that aren't throwables. So yeah, that's sort of interesting to learn. I think I learned about trade-offs the other day.
Awesome. What a boring conversation. Thanks for making me part of that.
You're welcome.
So I don't understand why they like it for 5.5 meters on a range. It's fucking massive. It's pretty fucking massive. Right. Reduced damage versus player. Middle tree Voidwalker. Reduced damage versus player. Handheld Supernova.
How to punch someone 5 meters away.
Yeah.
Like...
you see the lunge. If you're up against somebody, you press thing, you will see them lunge all that way to just bonk.
Imagine someone in real life saying to you 5 meters away, I'm going to punch you in the face, and then they just zap to your face and punch you.
Yeah, just fucking absolutely just pop you in the fucking face. It's ridiculous.
You would unsubscribe from life.
So now this is a bit iffy now. All right. So reduces damage versus player. No, this is a handheld Nova. Okay. This is supposed to be our one-shot kill. So obviously the Titans, you have now they've just changed the shoulder charge. The throwing knife for the Hunter still fucking one shots you in the face.
Precision, yeah.
Now deals 150 damage max. So now a handheld Supernova will not take a person down on full health.
Right.
Because they have 200% health.
Yeah.
Increased damage versus champions and bosses, increased projectile range from 12 to 14 meters, which is fairly now pushes the targets away from the Warlock on detonation. So it actually damages them 150 and then pushes them away because then you have to run up and punch them again.
So yeah, a couple of the more experienced players are talking about this, and they're saying that this is more of an ability change. It's like it's more of a strategy change rather than a kill change. So they were saying that it turns the handheld Supernova into a moment of this is a shotgun battle to now this is a Shayura's Wrath battle, where I can throw my handheld at them, push them back, and now my Shayura's Wrath is in its correct range to clean up the kill. And then you got kill clip on a Shayura's Wrath, which is ridiculously powerful.
Yeah.
That's a tier 1 fucking level players thinking.
Yeah, and it's look, I don't know if the average player would make a difference to the average player, but like you said, tier 1 players, like top end players or people who actually use Void will notice it. Like I've started to use Void because we know that next season they are having the 3.0.
Yeah. Bob
So I've
Deluxe
studied.
says, I still kind of hope that the Titan charge stuns the player, since it's going to be kind of awkward just charging into them and they insta shotgun you. I think it should. I think it should. If you get a shoulder charge on someone, you should have enough uptime to pull your
Doesn't
shotgun
it?
out.
But doesn't it push them back?
It'll push
Doesn't
them
it?
back.
Or but so what you have with the shoulder is they come at you, they hit you, they push you back into a wall, and the wall, the damage of you hitting the wall will kill you.
Possibly, but
That's what it's always been like that. So they that's if it pushes, then it's fine. So what they usually do is come in, hit you, you get pushed back, you then take damage from the wall because you're getting forced into the wall at a certain speed. If they are out in the open, they will push you back normal, and then you have to get the shotgun out, and then you battle them in the face. But
yeah, it's always pushback. Yeah, it wouldn't like make plays static like they said it. That would just like break fucking physics in general. Like imagine someone running at you and you shoulder charge and they just like stop.
Yeah. You know? So it doesn't make any sense. It's always been that they push you back into a wall because sometimes you get hit into a wall. You're like, oh fuck me, I did.
Well, there was a time where it wasn't a one-hit kill. I think they were reverting back to that, and then that's when they introduced a pushback. It's for the longest time it's been a one-hit kill, so no one's really noticed.
Yeah. They turned around and made it. They turned around and made it a change on it maybe a couple of months ago, 5 or 6 months ago, on the other change where it would hurt you, but if you had a high resilience or some shit like that, that it wouldn't actually fucking kill you, but then you bop into a wall or some shit.
Kind of a little funny side story about shoulder charging. When the Taken King launched back in Destiny 1 and Hammer Titans were introduced, their hammer swing shoulder charge, people would use that in the open world after, you know how you get like not a public event but like a mini event.
Yeah,
chests would spawn, Titans would run up to those chests and hit him with the fucking hammer swing, and it would send it across the map before people could get to it. So it turned into a race of getting your fucking loot.
Yeah, because you just look at it. Because I saw a video of just people looking at it. It's off the cliff. You're like, oh.
Yeah, it would go like a ragdoll physics, just kicking. Ridiculous.
That's what they also said in this the book that I'm reading. They go, you will die. You will die within this game, and you use it to your advantage because that's the whole point of the Guardians is that you will die, you get rezzed. And they said that's what they said. It is the person running the show is to kill you, and you can use it to your advantage. So if you want to come down a cliff, you just fall down a cliff and you go, oh, you're gonna take set amount of damage. It's fucking crazy. Some of the stuff I've been reading. All right, I'm going into that. I don't know why I'm going into that. All right. So here we go. That's all that. I'm not going to read it anymore.
Yeah, it goes a lot deeper, but we just don't do numbers on this show.
Destiny 2 leaving Xbox Game Pass.
But staying on PC.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Very odd.
I
don't understand how it can stay. But Witch Queen is not coming in on Game Pass for any of them.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Witch Queen's not coming in at all.
Beyond Light and previous expansions are staying on PC Game Pass. I don't know why. Whether they've made a different deal, I'm not too sure.
But it's the same store. Like the Game Pass Microsoft store is one thing.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
know. Weird. It's just weird when you go for the downloads. I don't know either.
It's odd, and it's rankled a few people. It's really pushed. It's really arced up, but like we don't get it. Like, but look, guys, if you do not get it, you will lose stasis. You will lose your dungeons. Yes. You will keep your weapons. You will keep the armor, but you will lose middle tree supers.
No, so middle tree supers are tied to Forsaken,
but that's going as well.
Oh, so, shit, it is too.
Yeah, so everything is going off Game Pass.
How's that going to work? Because Forsaken is leaving the game.
But that if you own the game, you super stay. If you own it in Game Pass, or if you have it in Game Pass and you do not own the game properly, they all go. So stasis goes, middle trees go.
But there's going to be a point in February where Forsaken becomes no longer available.
You will still be able to buy the patch. So
now fucking the Dream City's saying.
Yeah, so you can still buy it. It's still going to be cheap as chips. But you have to purchase it other than have it from a Game Pass because you will lose fucking everything. or you will lose a large part. So
Forsaken is going free.
activity.
Is Forsaken going free or is it going cheaper? Does it turn
Well,
free in Witch Queen? I totally like. I
I
can
think
never
it's
remember
going
this.
free. I think it's going free, or it's getting. I'm under
It's
the
going free.
impression that
Okay.
it's going free.
Yeah.
So campaign missions you will lose. Specific activities, raids, dungeons, hunts, exo challenges, nightfall strikes, and access to trials of Osiris.
Yes. Yes. So that's a big.
Stasis subclass, which is beyond light specific.
Yes.
Military supers for each subclass. 10% off perk for silver purchases and other game add-ons. Such exotics already acquired will still be available for players who earn them. Previously purchased season pass will remain active. Players who wish to continue playing Destiny 2 on Xbox should look for Destiny expansion discounts that will be available soon.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm not going into that. No issues. Blah 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 blah. Right. What is this mini one? What is this mini one? Oh, it's just gear and shit.
Yeah, it was just like Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, it's turkey eating day tomorrow, isn't it?
It is. It's Turkey Day today for them, isn't it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
It's still. It's Thursday for us. It's still Wednesday for them.
Right.
Wednesday morning is coming into. Yeah. So it's gonna be. I still don't understand why they've taken it away. I think it's a money thing. Possibly with the changes within Witch Queen, it doesn't work if they turn around and go, right, if you've got a game pass for $20 per, is it $20 a month?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I don't play the fucking Xbox, but it doesn't work out with a system where you can pay for dungeons and you can pay for a little bit of like the expansions and stuff like that this season. I don't think it works like that. They're trying to get away from it. I think like what somebody said that would you still pay for Destiny if it was subscription based? So if they turn around and go, all right, you're not going to pay for $150. You can either pay a big down payment for once a year or once every 2 years, say $200, or you can pay a subscription fee. So it'd be like you have to pay us $10 a month or something. Or $10 a month. There you are.
Yeah. Okay. Would I still pay for it? Kind of already do.
Yeah.
With the DLC expansions, it's like, how much is Witch Queen on its own, right? $100 Australian.
80. No, yeah, you $100. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? And that's supposed to be a year's worth of fucking content. That's not including seasons either. And then you include seasons on top of that with the other pricing. And then you chuck on dungeons on top of that again.
Yeah.
$80 is deluxe edition. No, I'm
$50 is normal version. No, because it's so
surely
deluxe. The thing is, deluxe edition doesn't include the 30th anniversary, is it?
Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. You got to buy the deluxe edition and then the 30th edition.
Yeah, so it's $120. It's $120 for the 30th anniversary, including the deluxe edition and all that sort of fucking garbage. Yes, it's
$50 for Steam, deluxe edition, green key. Yeah, $100 for deluxe edition, and then another.
Yeah. $100 for both. How are you getting? Oh, are you in a different? Cobda, are you in a different country?
He's in Rome.
He's in Rome. When in Rome, do what Romans do. Pillage.
Yep. Yeah.
Romania.
It's $100 here, right? And then you add all that other shit on top of it.
Yeah. Okay. Rome is Italy, Romania.
Yeah, so I already feel like I'm paying for a subscription service as it is. $10 a month just for fucking Witch Queen. But even
I had a discussion with somebody who used to play World of Warcraft. And what I forgot, World of Warcraft was $17 a month.
Yes.
£17 a month or something like that was World of Warcraft. Yeah. And I'm like,
yep.
Fuck me, you times that by 12.
Yep.
Like, even if you times it by 10, it's like $250. It's 250 quid.
Yeah. But then they do those bundle deals where it's like, oh, you pay for a full year up front, it's $70 or some shit, which I kind of feel like we get with Witch Queen.
Yeah.
Off the gate. So
it's just fucking nuts. It's just crazy. So
I kind of already feel like I'm paying for a subscription service as it is, but we just all pay up front.
Yeah, I'd rather pay up front anyway, because you can turn around and just buy it, and then you go, right, cool, awesome.
Yeah,
Then I'm
it's
done,
not.
you know,
It's
and
not.
then
It's
I don't
like
have to worry about
I
it.
do that with pretty much all of my payment services. I'm like, it's just one big payment at the start of the year. It's like, do my
Yeah,
Netflix, do my. I pay for so many fucking streaming services, but I do it because I watch
I
a lot of
I
film.
I purchased my I don't know if I can say. I purchased my alternative streaming service 2 years.
Bill, filth,
Yeah, and
filth.
yeah, it fucking $80 for 2 years.
I
Can't go wrong.
tell you what's an amazing fucking thing about right now is YouTube and Google, because Google owns YouTube.
Google TV.
No. Well, yeah, pretty much. Renting movies through that is like fucking the best service I've ever found. They have like usually the best rights for everything in Australia, because they usually get the fucking rights over here, whereas other streaming services can't. It's like $3 for a brand new movie to rent, and I have to watch so much shit for just my career path.
Yeah.
It's like the best thing I can recommend to people.
I'll send you the link for my.
I know what you use, and I like to pay for the movies that I watch because
Don't talk.
I
Don't
support
talk
my
about it.
industry.
Don't talk about it.
I
Don't talk
support
about
my
it.
industry.
I
I
guys,
don't get free fucking codes because I say I don't have PC.
come on, mate. Come on. It's not who you know. It's what you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
No.
All right.
Fucking Shane.
So, what have you done in Destiny? Lake of Shadows is a new GM. Lake of Shadows is a GM. We started running clears yesterday. We run a few boys. Lowy, his first GM
Did
clear.
you get anything?
Okay. I had a hot head. It's just fucking shit.
For you, it's the carries, right? That's what keeps you going with the
Yeah.
GMs. Is the armor in any way interesting to you? Like the stats? Have you got your stats and you don't give a shit anymore?
I've got my because I was doing the corrupted the splicer corrupted missions, because if you get a statted armor in that, it will come up with two very high stats. So your 64, 65, 66, and 69s, they will come in and they will be all the way up. And then I was like, I got a really good armor set on my legs. And then I checked the stat that I've got on my legs, and I had 328s on my legs. Right. I'm like, I'm never going to beat that. But it's still that opportunity of like, I've had 169 statted set of armor.
So, okay. Is there anything that you, like, stat-wise, you're chasing at the moment, knowing the void change is coming?
Well, I found within GMs, it kind of shows you what you're missing. So I found high resilience. Yes, I will be herbs. I'll be doing a few after tonight, and I will be doing them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and through
GM carries for anyone that's interested.
GM carries. So whoever's interested, come into Discord, come into my stream, and check me out. And then I've even found out how to do a winner on my fucking stream as well, which is fucking cool.
Oh, you're running? Okay, cool.
You could, like, if you use Nightbot, if you do exclamation winner, it will automatically pick a winner from your fucking chat. It's all already tied into Nightbot. You don't even have to set it up. It's fucking cool. I've been finding so much shit out. It's fucking really, really cool. So I'm not chasing anything, but I found that resilience is making a high impact, because you can get hit by a grenade and you'll fucking die. If you got under 30 to 40 resilience, you will fucking die. Doesn't matter if it's right on your feet. If it doesn't matter, it's on your face, you're a dead man. If you got over 50 resilience, it can be at your feet and it will knock you all the way down, almost all the way down, but it won't kill you. So I'm looking for high resilience, high recovery, mediocre intelligence. That's my stats. That's the stats I'm looking for now.
For GMs only? What about a PvP build?
For PvP build, I would still go, you're still going to get knocked in the face by a sniper. So it'd be high intellect, high recovery for a PvP build. And depends on what you stat you're using, because you could use, if you're going to go Nova, handheld Nova, you're looking for your grenades. So you'll be high discipline, high recovery. And then obviously we know that there's no option of increasing your super regen with high intellect, so it becomes a
It
done dusted stat then.
that would be like, I guess, diminishing returns, but the higher you enter, like the more super you get on your kills now instead of your passive charge.
Yeah.
But it would get to a point where it's like it's probably gonna best out at like tier 7, tier 8, and then you start building
Yeah.
into something else to kind of keep it even.
So they will turn, then they'll start building into melees or start building into grenades. Now we've got the fucking handheld supernova. We don't know
Deluxe
how.
grenades.
Yeah, like anything like that. Like if you put the nothing manacles on, you get 2 grenades, and they're enhanced scatter grenades, so they do fucking shit tons of damage anyway. So you'll just start building into grenade builds and stuff, and that'll be high discipline and high recovery because you want to be able to run around the corner and you get your shit back. Billy Booper, sup, tune in late. That's all right, man. Come in. So, I'm gonna love that Void blind shatter dive on Witch Queen release. Yeah, because they'll just introduce the blinding part, so you won't be able to see it, and they'll just come and smash you in the face.
Yeah, with the Void stuff coming in, you get the 3 different stats types now. You get the suppress, the blind, and the devour. And those 3 effects are going to be shared across all classes now, rather than Hunter was mostly the blinding, Titans had the suppress, Warlocks had the devour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started running Void Hunters in trials over the weekend. Shadow Dive wasn't working for me. I saw a lot of hunters using Void, and I thought, fuck it, I know the Void update's coming. Let's see how this works. And it was working better for me. A totally different way of playing.
Yeah.
Like, you forget how just changing a subclass, it's just so unique, even though it's just one damage type, but it's just like everything changes. The way you play is totally different.
Yeah.
What? And with
Cobb just said, I honestly like that they're making the classes equal. The classes should be equal in the damage output they could, but they shouldn't be equal in the way that they play. Like a hunter should be a sneaky fucker and be able to fucking jump around the corner and stab you in the face. That's what they are. To me, hunters are thieves. Titans should be there in your face, be able to take damage and beat the living shit to you, where a warlock should be behind long range attack.
Yeah. They've always been basically balanced. It's just people got irritated because they see higher tier players using a subclass and going and pulling off crazy fucking stunts like Top Tier Dawn used to do.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh my god, that class is just like so much better because I can see them doing so much better shit. Yeah. Each class could always do its own stupid thing, and if you really worked on it, you could do that thing yourself, you know? There's a video that Fallout Plays put out today where he was using a sidearm and not a trace rifle, one of those beam rifles.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Wave splitter. And he said he used that class because he saw someone.
Rifle.
Oh, it is a trace rifle. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking linear.
Yeah.
He used that class because he saw someone in Crucible using that same setup, and he messaged that person. That person said that they're so good with it because that's what they use. They like sidearms, they like trace rifles. So they just worked on making that better. Those 2 types are not meta. They haven't been better in so fucking long. But if you get good with it, anyone can use it. Anyone can make it good. Same with subclasses.
I love sidearms. I think sidearms are such an underrated weapon. The issue is they haven't got very much range. They're in the same range as like SMGs, but they fire so fucking fast. They're ridiculous. They're so fucking fast firing.
Yeah.
Like that high elbow that you can get from Europa from Barracks. That I got one that's head seeking kill clip or something like that. And it is a fucking bonkers weapon. It is it's a three tap, full burst. The man's a dead person.
Yeah, so he was using sidearms for close, trace rifles for the range.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it's like building on your weaknesses so you don't have any more weaknesses. And that's the thing, is like if you get used to a class and you start picking up on what the weaknesses are, they're all balanced in their own ways. They all do something better in their own ways. It's just recognizing that instead of going, oh, everyone's using Top Tier Dawn, it's overpowered, let's fucking nerf it. Oh, everyone's using Shadow Dive, it's obviously the best thing in the game. Just because everyone uses it doesn't mean it's the best thing ever.
There should always be, I'm not going to get any mates off this, there should always be a skill level that you attain to go to. Like you will see some fucker with top tree Dawn Blade and they are fucking hitting that super and they fucking think, shit, I can't use top tree Dawn. I can't do the dodge out of the way. It just doesn't compute in my head. But I can use blink on a warlock in fucking PvP. That's my main go-to is blink on a warlock.
Yeah.
People can't use blink. You're all over the place. You can't jump through a fucking window.
Yeah.
But there should always be a skill gap that you attain to, because if they just nerf everything, everybody will get to that plateau, and there is no above that plateau. It's been nerfed in the ground. There is nothing to go there, and then people go, I'm just going to get fucking good at something else.
Well, the thing is like they did that with Destiny 1 towards the end. They nerfed everything into the ground, and then No Land Beyond, this ridiculous sniper rifle that used primary ammo, became the thing. Everything got so bad that the shitty, cheesy weapon became the best thing because it was just the only viable choice. Yeah. So everyone just went this route of, I've got a 30 round fucking sniper rifle now that I can just use instead of everything else just taking too long to kill compared to it.
Yeah.
So if you start bringing everything down too much, the shitty stuff just rises to the top.
Yeah,
this is when you're gonna run out. You're just gonna see like Jotuns all the time. Or we had it with Erentil for a long time. Like Erentil was great because everything was shit,
Yeah. Well, look what Cobb is saying now. I love auto rifles, but I just cannot find the one that makes me feel, yep, this is one. So when the AR meta came out, it was
Knowing Hunger.
Suros, Knowing Hunger. And Knowing Hunger is still a very viable weapon.
Yes.
But they were your go-tos. They were never go-tos before that. Nobody ever used Suros because it was right. You have to get that. You have to build that fucking the bullet speed up.
Yeah.
But then when the AR meta come out, fuck, everybody's using it, and then hardlight.
Yeah.
Like it was just what it was. It was just the shit. Everything got nerfed in the ground, and bang, ARs come up as a fucking meta because something had changed. The time to kill was lowered to from 4 seconds to fucking 2 seconds, and people just fucking dying all over the place.
Yeah, there is outliers like he's pointed out, Vex Mythoclass. But that's getting a nerf, and it's like, it's so irritating when it's like, what did he say? Every time I see someone in PvP with a KD of 2.5, next second I see him apply to Vex Mythoclass and just get instantly disappointed. People with KDs that are like 2.5, 3.5, I'm sorry, but most of the time they stat farm. Yeah. So if they start losing stats, they'll close their game, they'll cancel that match so it doesn't go on their record. And then you play them with their 2.5 fucking KD and you trash them, and then you see them leave before they finish the match and shit. And it's like, come on, I haven't read stats on people since Call of Duty. Back when stats were a fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
When you were in a pregame lobby, you could see everyone's KD, and it's like, whoa, he's got a 1.5 or he's got a 2 or some shit. It's meant nothing in like 5 years. KD and all that shit means nothing because you're still in the same lobby. You still got the same chance to beat them. It just comes down to what you feel good with and what you feel comfortable with. Play your way. If they're playing a certain way and you just don't feel like you can beat it or you can match it, play a different way. You can get around stuff.
So many times I came in and come up against a Titan with sweet business, fucking gauntlets. You can't do shit. You cannot do anything. You cannot face him because he just turns the fucking gun on you. He is just hammering down you, and he just walking. He just walking. He doesn't. It just fucking wrecks you. You can't do shit. So they have to sort that out. That's fucking ridiculous.
We had that in trials with Armamentarium, but we just hit him with Le Monarchs. We just 2 Le Monarch, boop, and he was gone.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Because I tried to sniper him, but the flinch on the sniper is fucking stupid. Yeah. So you just fucking bounce. He just bounce you all over the fucking place.
We tried to snipe as well, and we're like, this isn't working. So we just a quick bow. It's I don't know. You can pull it back, and then you can just sort of I just smack the mic. You can pull it back and sort of peek around corner, kind of the hand cannon peek, proc them.
Because I was using Tikus in GM. It's such a good.
I saw that. Tikus has got this weird resurgence happening right now where it's like it's super, super viable in GMs, and then it's having some fun in
only because it's Overlord.
Oh, right. Okay.
And once it becomes non-Overlord, it just doesn't do well. Because what you tend to do in a GM, you get one person that just aims all the time. That's all he does. And the other person in a hard GM, and the other person is just proccing. And that's what he's
Yeah.
doing. He's got bonk, 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 and he procs. And then the job for the other guy is just to basically target
To detonate.
individual and detonate. That's it.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
great. I like that. We said this a long time ago. We want states of proc and detonation, and I hate to say it, but Anthem gave us that idea, right?
Dude, bag.
You feel dirty when I say it, but
I
like,
do. I did. Does it like taste like balls in your mouth every time you turn around and say that word?
Donkey dick at the bottom of your throat. But but you know, it's like it's a great idea of one procs, one detonates. It creates teamwork in very high stakes situations, which make GMs very, very fun. Copter asks, do you feel like snipers should get a buff in PvE, or is it in a good place? Whisper the Worm is getting a buff.
It's only 10% though.
10% damage, and it's getting its exotic perk reworked, white nails reworked, right?
If they can turn around and do...
It depends on what the encounter is, though, because like if they're not viable in Vault, because you're getting smacked around by Atheon too much, or pretty much every boss in that raid smacks you around, because you're just always in that stagnant spot of damage. But if it changes an encounter to where you are starting to move and then you have quick bursts of damage, snipers can be very viable. And shotguns can't, because you can sit there with a shotgun and dump damage, but you can't move around with a shotgun and dump damage.
Yeah,
you know,
because it depends on if they like the 10% buff isn't going to make Whisper viable. It's not going to work.
Not by itself.
The replenishing of ammo, the one bullet from outer space, possibly could, but then Darcy holds 21, and you can change it. You can just change it to the subclass, the class that you need it. Then you've got Izanamis, which is an absolutely fantastic fucking sniper rifle. You get that honed edge, you can do damage. The problem is if you fuck up the honed edge, it will take you fucking ages to reload it back to the 4 to smash up the damage. But you can easily do 150k damage on a honed edge. Because when GMs first came out, you could get one guy hitting div, and you use one honed edge and you take a champion like dead, gone. But you can't do it now. It barely takes anything off him. It absolutely does absolutely nothing off him.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. It's just not viable whatsoever. It maybe because it is the damage reduced on it, or the way honed edge works now. I don't know. But it just doesn't. It is not a viable choice in weapons.
This can trickle down to legendary snipers as well. Like it's the same argument of you just need to have encounters where quick precision damage is required to have big bursts of damage. Being able to just tether something and stand in front of it and just burst it with, last season was fucking anarchy. Now it's just like fusion rifles and shotguns. You sit in front of Templar and you just smack it in the face, and it's whatever. We need encounters that force us to use ranged weapons for quick precision.
Yeah.
That's when snipers will be viable, and then maybe damage buff as well. But we'll see how that pans out, because if you damage buff them too much, then you make them the only choice in an encounter, they're going to blow out the fucking damage.
Yeah.
It's not just about like how much they can output, it's about when they're useful as well.
What is interesting as well is the divide between PvE and PvP now that they've changed the sandbox. The sandbox is now that they can change the sandbox and go, well, the sniper, just say a sniper meta, just randomly sniper meta next year, next season. They can turn around and go, it's no longer, the perks are not working in PvP, or they reduced in PvP, but within PvE, they have got exactly the highest as the perk is supposed to use. So it's not viable for long range PvE. I like the way they've turned around and been able to divide it and go, right, that super is going to work in PvE at its 150%, but it's not going to work as it's intended to in PvP because they've reduced it. Possibly if they do a heavy meta, so heavy sniper, or rocket launcher, or heavy grenade launcher, however you want to fucking do it, they can turn it and reduce it within the PvP game style. Go, all right, yes, it's not a one shot to the head. It's not going to crit, and then everything's a crit. They can turn and go, well, it doesn't crit.
Yeah.
In PvP. I like the way that they've made this ability to change one in PvE and one in PvP. I like that.
Yeah.
Triple tap Vorpal is fucking awesome.
It is.
Any Vorpal at the moment. All right. We've babbled on bollocksly for a hour now, hour and 9, I think, by the looks of it, or
Let's
hour.
get to our Discord question theories.
All right, I've got one off Insta.
Oh,
Okay. And I got another one as well I want to read on. All right, this is off Danuti. D2N Nuti. All right. So, what if the Lucent Brood in Witch Queen aren't real hive guardians? They are regular guardians that have been possessed or tricked, and she's tricking us into killing the guardians.
right. Okay. I like the idea.
Imagine that.
That'd be a fucking fun plot twist, and like that would really blend into that. The truth is a funny thing, you know.
Yeah.
The only like, I don't know, argument against that I have is the Witch Queen reveal shows the ghost reviving the hive specifically and regenerating the hive specifically, but that could be fucking nothing. It's Savathun. Yeah. She could totally be messed with us. Who would they be? Who would the guardians be that she has us fighting?
Well, we never see Dark Guardians. We never see Guardians. So we see people like Drifter, who is a Guardian, or he's not a Guardian as such, because Guardian is the foot soldiers of the Vanguard, or is the soldiers of the Vanguard. So people who are not Vanguard, because there are people out there that have been brought in and then turn around and go, well, I don't want to be a Vanguard.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight for your thing. I'm going to disappear. Look at Lady Aphrodite, and she fucked off to that fallen encampment. She decided, nah, I'm not doing it. Look at Drifter. He's not a Guardian. He's a light bearer. But there might be others out there that are light bearers, but they don't want to be Guardians. They don't want to go. They don't want to follow a regime that they could think that it's just a fucking warmongering regime, you know?
And the fact that Bungie stated that when fighting them, they will feel like a normal players. Yeah. I did read this quote as well today. They were asked about what the Lucent Brood feel like, and they said that they wanted to make fighting the Lucent Brood feel as close as if you're fighting yourself in that situation when they were developing them.
Yeah.
So
the issue is they still AI.
Yes.
What would be cool is if you go into an instance, all right, as a 3-man team, right? And there's 3 Guardians, there's 3 Hive on the opposite side. But they are not AI. They are another team going into that instance, and then they fight against you. But we see them as Hive, but they do not react like AI. They can do their business, and so they are fighting as the same skill level as us, but we see him as something else.
What if we put Gambit in the campaign?
Yeah. Why don't we just take Gambit out? So you fight Guardians, but they are controlling the Hive. But then it's the other way around. They are seeing us as Hive, and they are fucking shooting us. Imagine how fucking trippy that'd be. Like, what the fuck is that cat doing?
Can you imagine the first 4 hours of Witch Queen if that was the case, and everyone figuring it out? Like, why the fuck is these Lucent Broods so fucking hard? This acolyte jumps around like he's a Stompy's hunter.
Yeah, and he's doing all these things because, in theory, so what? All right, here we go. What activates exotics? What activates exotics to the subclass or the classes that the persons are? Does it have to be light? Would you have to have light in you? Do you have to have ghost? Or does a normal, because you never see a normal human being with just say stompies.
Okay, so the armor. Yeah.
Yeah. So what activates?
Yeah.
So in D&D, because I'm listening to a lot of D&D podcasts at the moment, there's some things that go, well, only a wizard can use that, because they have arcane knowledge, and that arcane knowledge powers the thing. So what powers these exotics for the classes to be able to use? And the subclasses, why not go, well, I've got controversive holes. Well, why won't they work on solar? why they only work on Nova? Is it because I am now channeling Void, and that's what activated? So that means that gauntlet is tied to the subclass, but then it's also tied to the class that uses it.
Yeah, so it depends on exotic. I would go with like certain exotics are just tied to moments. I feel like the Helm of Inmost Light is a moment where a guardian like bursts with energy, and that's sort of retained it.
Right.
Same with the
Right.
Chest of Inmost Light or Heart of Inmost Light. Celestial Nighthawk, I don't think is technology enhancing. I think Celestial Nighthawk again is like some sort of energy containment in the helmet. But then you have Warlock exotics like Geomags, which are technology. It's like it focuses the technology in your boots helps you focus your Chaos Reach, or the Scatter Grenades one, the Nothing Manacles. Again, that's technology built on your gauntlets that channels the void. I
So
think
what stops the Hive using these exotics? Could we be able to see? Could we be able to now we've got so what set us apart from all the other classes? One, we had light. Two, we had exotics that we could use to enhance the light abilities that were given to us by the Traveler. Could now we have the Lucent Brood? Does that mean that they could use exotics because they got light in all the different subclasses and all the different classes? Because we see them with hammers. Could we see the fuckers with holy shit? That fucker's got Celestial Nighthawk. Bang, you're fucking dead.
Can you imagine if it's like you do the campaign on normal and they're just like they're difficult Lucent Brood, right? But then you put it on the legend mode and then they got like exotic fucking pieces of Hive looking on it, like the chitin on their body looks a bit different for some reason. You're like, why is that different? And then you get closer.
Why
and it's
is
like,
that fucker running around like a million miles an hour? Yeah. Oh yeah, that fucker's got stompies on.
Yeah.
Like, what stops them? Because it we're bleeding into something that would set us apart now. They bleed into something that we were a part of it because we had light, we had power, we had class up, we had all this sort of stuff that activated. My impression was we had light that activated the exotic. And then that allowed you with your subclass and your class to use that exotic.
Yeah.
But hey,
Compton just gave me a fucking nightmare. Can you imagine a Hive Knight with the sweet business equivalent?
Yeah.
And then Armamentarium equivalent.
So what stops them? There's nothing stopping them doing it now.
Yeah.
They could turn around and go, well, that guy just stole your stompies off you. Now that guy can run at 100 mobility.
That would honestly work so well if it was a single player game. Like the Lord of the Rings games, the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War games, where they had a nemesis system. So say an enemy killed you, they would learn how to kill you again. They would get stronger and stronger and stronger, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that in Destiny. It's like an acolyte kills you, and it's like, oh, it knows how to beat you now by using Void better. So it starts using Void on you more, and then it starts like jumping more or some shit. Oh my god!
But it's
they would invent Hive equivalents, is what we're saying. Yeah. Yes, Herbs.
Imagine the first time you turn around going, why is he wearing a bird hell? Holy shit, he just shot a handheld supernova at me. I got nothing manacles. I'm fucking a dead man.
Why does that wizard have a spikier head than the rest of wizards? Yeah. And it's like Crown of Tempest.
What stops them? Nothing stops them. If you're working on what is powering it, the Hive have it now. And now we know that they're going to bleed into the real world.
There would definitely be like a Hive magic equivalent.
Yeah, one-eyed Hive Titan.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck, I hate that so much. I really wish it would happen. I hate it so much in practice.
All right, here we go. Okay, all right.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm going to go over. Right.
I know this is off Reddit. I stumbled on this on Reddit. I did ask for permission. He didn't get back to me, so I'm going to read it anyway. I'll give him a shout out. Admiral Akbar. Okay. Right.
It's Trump.
Here we go. Some of the theories, okay? Savathun obviously knows that Marisol will kill her once the worm has been removed and wants her to be successful because then Savathun will be resurrected in her throne world as a guardian. So Savathun already knows that Mara's going to kill her.
Yeah.
And then she's pushing Mara into killing her. And then she goes into a fucking Hive world without the worm. guardian. We know we talked about this a while, right? It's very, very confusing. What if the traveler achieved the final shape and then went back in time? Oh, what the fuck? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I do no fuck. I'm not reading that. There's one about this. Don't worry about it. Fucking hell. All right. I'm not reading that. I just read that. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. All right. Here we
That's
go.
what happens to a lot of those Reddit theories. It's like, oh, you definitely don't understand what the lore is, do you?
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. All right. Oh, no, that one.
Just throwing shit at the wall to make it sound interesting.
Yeah, where's our questions? Right. There's a lot about you crying, playing Gambit.
It's because, yeah, when we did our Gambit tournament yesterday, I said to the team, I was like, look, I don't want to touch moats. I'm just going to do invades. And I had 0 moats for both games, except for like the last second I picked up a moat. And I felt really dirty.
All right, Boris. There is some before it, but we've already talked about Callus coming back and being fucking
Yeah.
blah 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 and all that sort of stuff. One idea: every time you kill someone, it heals. I do anything to see the hive equivalent of Gambit. Just like fucking classes beating the shit out of fucking hive. All right, could Callus be our dark subclass vendor in DLC after Witch Queen, like the Stranger has been for the Stasis?
Too big of a character.
Too big. Well, yeah, like I said, too big of a character, and I don't know if we'd have a dark subclass after Witch Queen. They've said that for this next year, they're not doing it, and they because you have to realize they've got Void 3.0 coming, then it's going to be Arc 3.0, and then Solar 3.0, and I don't know whether it's going to be every expansion is going to be the subclass working, or every DLC is going to be a new subclass.
Oh, you mean every season?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm hoping it's every season because there's no way they can push it out for 2 fucking years.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make any sense. But we don't know how it's going to work. But they've turned around and said not for the next, maybe not Witch Queen expansion, possibly Lightfall expansion. I think that's the next one.
Yeah, possibly Lightfall is when we'll get a brand new subclass. Get it. We are definitely not getting a brand new subclass of the Witch Queen. We are just getting revamps for the light classes.
Yeah.
So everyone knows.
Yeah.
The corruption class is not coming yet, if it exists at all.
All right. Like Jack Yall said, Callus wants everything for himself. He wants to be able to rule over the Guardians. And that's why he produces the shadows, the Guardian shadows and stuff like that.
The Witch Queen seasons of the class revamps. We're hoping they haven't confirmed that. We're hoping that that Lightfall is not Arc 3.0 and then Final Shape is Solar 3.0. Like, please don't do that.
Yeah. Then the next one is like Arc. Yeah, it's either Arc or Solar. I'm not too sure, mate. They haven't really released it. They released the fact that Void was the first one.
Yeah.
And they released some of the new skills and stuff. Yeah. Right. I've gone through a lot. I'm kind of thinking. So Jack Yall, I do have a question with Lightfall being the next expansion after Witch Queen. What do you think it will be about and location we'll go to? What type of location do you reckon we will go with Lightfall?
Oh, that's so hard to say. It's yeah, go ahead if you think you know.
I think it's going to be the decided. I'm always under the impression that the Traveler, you require the Darkness entity is nothing to do with the Darkness ships. The Traveler is light side. The Darkness ships is dark side. You require these to have a neutral fucking world. I reckon Lightfall is the deciding factor of neutrality, and they're going to bind together, and it's just the fall of the light power, and they're just going to meld into one. That's my understanding.
And then that ends, and then Final Shape happens.
Yeah.
So where do we go? I don't think we leave the solar system. I think they're so very hellbent on like sticking to this solar system, at least until the Final Shape, and then we go into Destiny, whatever.
They've pointed out that they don't want to get rid of Earth. Whether we move away from Earth, whether we move away from the planets, I don't know. But they've said they don't want to move away from the solar system. They may add extra planets back in. I don't know. or extra points. There was always that talk about Chicago, old Chicago. That's going to be obviously they're supposed to be that. There was a rumor that it's supposed to be in Witch Queen, but we knew that around Savathun's throne world, there's that swampland where people say, well, that's old Chicago. So I don't know. It's very confusing.
We'll see. Yeah, I wouldn't be like, I don't know. Maybe I would be surprised if in Witch Queen we somehow like visited Fundament, where the sisters first started. Like, there's a moment where Sabathun's like, "This is where it truly began," and we actually go into a quick mission space there. Not a patrol zone. I think it's like a memory zone.
Yeah, I'd like him to bring other. I'd like him to bring other classes in. There's there's so much talk about so much talk about other races in this world, and then we just stuck with the original 6.
We're pretty much only fighting Hive at the moment as well. Vex are there, but Vex don't feel like an immediate threat. They feel like they're just there. Hive feel like the immediate threat, but they always have. You know, Fallen are like doing shit, and Cabal are kind of doing shit, but Hive are always the immediate problem.
And it may be not even a change in. It may be the planets may even stay there, but it could be like Tyrannocool said. It could be different timelines. I would expect them to bring back other planets, but with different location settings because of the current content timeline. It could be the fact that you could move back in time to get just say Venus before it got terraformed, or Mars before it got terraformed, or Mars in the future where it's just this hunk of fucking rock that's dead to the world now and everything's been destroyed on it. So they could move back and forth in just different timelines.
I would expect that from Final Shape, to be honest.
Because so just say now that they brought Vogue back. We know they brought Vogue back as a reprised raid. We know this. We obviously play it. But there's a conversation that they were going to bring fucking Kingsfall.
Yeah.
What if they didn't bring Kingsfall as a UI as a new raid? They made it a different timeline. So you walk through a thing and then you went back in time to D1 in that area, but as a D2 fucking player.
Right.
So you're allowed to move back and forward in time. So you can turn around and go, right, Triumph is complete Kingsfall in the past, complete Kingsfall in the future. So then it's evolved to be a futuristic.
That feels like a story beat. Like, that feels like because I don't know if we still both agree on this, but we both kind of thought that Savathun's not going to die on Witch Queen. She's going to be the persistent villain that we have to deal with constantly. I feel like when we hit Final Shape, she's going to be like, you missed something when you did the Kingsfall raid. Go back in time, do that raid again, but you missed something, and then you'll notice like a new area, and then you'll notice that Oryx didn't do something, or, you know. It's just like,
I kind of hope that they bring back the Oryx raid during Witch Queen expansion before Nightfall. They are, I think.
Yeah.
Next year they bring it back. Yeah.
Quite possible. Well, it's like the most believed rumor. Okay. Next, any more questions? Any more theories?
I'm just going back what Vex timeline. Maybe something along the lines of using the Vex timelines, etc., to go back and do something, get something to help us in the current time. Because that'd be the most logical way, because we've always got this. We've always got this opportunity to do Dark Timeline and all the other timelines and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, the Vex timelines aren't so
timey-wimey.
They're not so linear. They're gonna do like a really deep dive of fucking Vex timelines in about 30 seconds here. So the Vault of Glass itself is like the centerpiece of, say, an ocean of rivers connecting, and all the rivers of time. We go down one river and we go into the Vault of Glass. Eventually, that's why they all collide, and that's why Atheon controls all of those different points of time and then redisperses them back into the universe. When we killed him, we broke those timeline pieces, and then the Vex have lost a great deal of their timeline popping abilities. That's why they don't just automatically win when it comes to us. They keep breaking their shit, essentially. So when we say go back in time with the Vex, it's not as simple as we get into a portal and we just go back in time. we don't just go back in time into our timeline. We could go back in time and be in a different timeline fucking
Yeah.
completely. It's so like
But how? So remember that timeline where we had to do we had to go through it. It was the corridors of time. You went into the grey thing, and you went, oh, you needed to turn right here, and then you run through. You needed to turn left there, and then next 3 lefts. What if, like you said, Savathun goes, you missed something,
yeah.
and you've got the corridors of time, but you have to do 9 sequences, and then it will pop you out in a timeline, either from D1, either from D2, or possibly futuristic, or different timelines. Right. If you do 3 left and a fucking right, you're in the dark timeline. You have a little tiny instance that you're in the dark timeline. Just a little, like, you can't leave the area, but you just go in there, do a fucking public event. All right, cool. That's not the one. All right, 5 lefts and a fucking right. Shit, that will put me back an instant in D1. Like, you could use the corridors of time, and then that is just the expansion. That is just your, like, the lightfall or thing is just you running through the corridors of time, trying to find your way around to find this one instance that you need to do to be able to save something or somebody, or kill Savathun or help Savathun or whatever the fuck it is.
And then
imagine something like.
And then Professor Hulk shows up and says, "I see this as an absolute win."
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Fuck time. Yeah. I'm always excited for timeline, time travel.
Timey-wimey, man.
I'm always excited for it, but I'm always hesitant at the same time because it is so difficult to do it well. And as soon as you involve time travel, especially going back in time, shit breaks very quickly. You're right.
Well, it'll be the fact that, remember that there was that one guy, and he every time you did this, you would get to the grave, and you look through the floor, and it will give you symbols on the floor.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to build that map. They built that whole fucking map of it. What if it was that? It was a learning process to activate. So instead of it being a drip thread content, drip thread content over 10 weeks, they turn around, right, we haven't got a drip thread, is you have to fix this. You have to make this map, work it out. Once you get to the end of the map, that's going to be the 10th week. You'll get all your information as you run through this fucking map. You will get people in there 24 hours a day trying to get this. You'll make it as hard as possible to drip feed it over 10 weeks. Imagine that. Fuck, people go nuts.
Yeah, that would be a crazy 10-week long community challenge. So Copter's asked 2 questions in the chat that I want to get back and answer. Number 1, he asked if the sundials worked outside of Mercury. The answer is no, because they were tied to the Infinite Forest. And
Blind Guy shut them down when he went and fought himself.
Yes. Brother Vance. Number 2, did we prevent our guardian prevent the death of our guardian that was shown in the corridors of time? No, because it hasn't come to pass yet. We don't know when that death is.
Yeah. You don't know if it's now, future, 100 years ago, we Destiny 55.
Yeah, we don't know when that final death was. That could have been like our original death, like we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next theory, because time travel is just going to make me...
All right, that's it, man. We're up the whole fucking thing, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Is that our time?
All right,
here we go. Quick one off Vince, because he's the man.
Of course he is.
Will we see new worlds? Yes.
No.
If so, will they archive others? No.
Yes. They're never going to stop putting shit in the DCV. That's the unfortunate truth, is the fact that planets will come back, like Venus will eventually come back in full, and Mars. Have you noticed that the only stuff that's getting vaulted is DLC stuff? Recently?
Yeah. It's just more probably just dead weight.
Titan and Aya were like the only non-DLC stuff to go. The rest was Mercury and Mars, and now Tangled Shore, and all of that content.
Yeah, okay. How do you counter Eyes of Tomorrow? Hide.
Yeah. Get behind something.
I know it's not a story question, but it destroys in Gambit. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Messenger does.
Messenger is very long range.
Messenger just wrecks and invades.
Eyes of Tomorrow is a pretty fucking
It does.
busted weapon, but
Yeah.
Eyes,
With Gambit, I don't like the idea of wasting my heavy on an invade when I can definitely get the kinetic kill and then use my heavy on the boss.
Dead Man Tales, it is a very, very good gun, Tyrannical. Very, very good gun. Why is Agnakai good in Gambit? Well, what you don't realize, mate, is when we're in bed, he plays Gambit. He just trains himself in Gambit.
I actually cloud play on my phone and I just invade on my phone repeatedly, and I watch pro strategy YouTube videos on how to like time invades and shit, and it's just,
I wouldn't put it past him, mate, to be honest.
It's my filthy little pleasure.
I used to play Gambit a lot. I used to play Gambit a lot, but fuck me,
so did I. I played Gambit a shit ton on the release of Forsaken, like a shit ton, because I was going for that malfeasance.
Yeah,
and man, is it not fun anymore?
It is. It just needs. It's a stagnant pool now, where they've changed it from Gambit Prime. They changed it from normal Gambit. We have the 3 matches. It is literally a watered down version of both, which makes my fucking life and my head hurt. And
it's sad, and we know that they're reworking it with ammo currencies, and maps will be coming again eventually, but like
there's only 3 maps, man. It's fucking boring.
That's what's really shit. There's 3 maps. Like the enemy types just don't feel like different.
No.
Like I know they're Cabal and like they don't feel different in any PvE situations, but like I don't know. If you could really vary the way Gambit plays depending on what enemy you got, like it would be so much more interesting. And invades kind of just like feel shit.
Yeah, it's more the fact though, in Gambit Prime you could invade and you could keep invading and kind of slow the roll on their whatever that fucking big boss man is at the end. Primeval. You can slow it. Now, if they get to Primeval, it's a fucking dead thing. You can't come in unless you're a fucking very good. You can't come in and stop them. You can slow it down, but they racking up that
Primeval Slayer. So even if your first invade is like a killer invade and you time it out so you get your 4 kills and like each kill regenerates health still, instead of I've seen people run and they get 4 kills instantly. It's like that's great, but you didn't slow them down enough, you know? They hit a point very quickly where it's like I can't get into the invasion portal fast enough to stop them from melting from this point on.
Yeah,
like
it just wrecks it. There's no opportunity once it gets to something. It is just a basic walk. You just go, gone.
Gambit snowballs very easily. Anyway, all right, get out of here.
We're out. Goodbye.
Do you want to plug your stream or are you good?
Guys, I will be doing GM carries all this week. If you want to come in, jump into my stream, Sebs 58 on Twitch. I will be pulling out winners, or if the guys in Discord want to do it, if you want to join the Discord, come in and join the Discord. Go through Gambit. Let's go through fucking Gambit. Go through GMs. Let's get you the fucking golf balls.
Do it.
All right. Do your spiel, man. Do your spiel.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to follow us, you can follow us here at twitch.tv/Agnikai_God. If you want to follow us on social media, just type in Relaxed Guardians anyway, and you will find us. Check out the YouTube channel, Relaxed Guardians. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you guys so much. We'll see you again soon. Peace. Bye.
Fuck you all.